Hi, I'm Alex and we're back in the Nintendo arcade today. In my last video I did a short film of my Nintendo Battle Sharks from 1974 over at my friend's house, Ian, so he's kindly looking after him for me. And I didn't get to the point of showing you me taking the film out. After I finished the film, I took the film out and I thought that I had one of each film. I had a Battle Shark and a Skyhawk. But it turns out I'm not 100%, 99% sure that I've got just one film. I've just got Battle Shark. The reason why I thought I had two different ones was because at the back of the machine you've got this kind of like, I suppose you could call it an attract screen, because this would be lit up in the back of the arcade, but obviously it's just a picture. But back then it would be like an attract screen in the arcade. So in one of the machines you had this, which is Battle Shark, okay, and in the other one you had a picture of Skyhawk, which I showed you. This was removed from one of the machines because I'm going to get these copied. But when I took the film out, I put it under a light and I couldn't see any planes in the other film. It just looked like a load of boats. So I'm thinking they're both Battle Shark films now, which is a bit of a disappointment. But, you know, I've just got to get these films going, this game's going, get the film copied and just be thankful that the game works, you know. But hopefully maybe someone else has got a Skyhawk film, they can get it copied and I can buy it off them for us. That'd be excellent. So this is a piece of artwork. You can see now, it looks like the old cigarette cards. You remember you used to get the cigarette cards? It's kind of like that kind of style, you know. From that era. And this boat here, someone said to me it's a torpedo boat that JFK actually used to command, and he got shot in. I don't know the real history of it, but it got me interested actually, and I researched it a bit more. But there's about 4 different models of this. It's not the exact boat, but it's this very similar boat that JFK used to command before he became president. And obviously after the Americans bombed Japan, Japan weren't allowed to use anything to do with the war, so they kind of blocked the flag out. It's just painted white. It's not a Japanese flag or American flag, it's just painted white. So, you know, that's what they did back then. Because I was kind of wondering, did I take on the role as an American fighter or a Japanese fighter? But I don't think you'd be a Japanese fighter. Be a bit too controversial, but there you go guys, that's out of Battle Shark. And I just want to show you the film now, which I got out, because you couldn't see it, it was a bit dark. So I've got both films out, and I couldn't work out for ages how this game worked, because there's only one reel of film, as you can see here, okay? But when you play the game and you shoot a plane or a boat, another film of the plane or boat comes into play and you see it crashing, blowing up. And I couldn't work out how they're doing that. It's only one film. But if you put the film under a light, you can actually see the film's divided into 2 halves. So you see, so what happens when you hit the plane, a solenoid is triggered like you have on the pinball machines, like 2 magnets, pulls these 2 mirrors, and basically the mirror only shows one half of the film. So then, in actual fact, the film's still rolling, and the top half is, but you're only seeing the bottom half of the film. It's very clever, it really is. And there's sound on here as well. There's a little sound bar you won't be able to see. I don't know if you can see that up close. You won't be able to. But yeah, you've got sound and 2 films on one reel. It's incredible. So that's it. That's 1974, guys. That film. It's incredible. 16mm film. So I'm going to get that cleaned up, copied, duplicated, and put this one away on a reel and away for preserving, I guess. So that's where I am at the Battle Shark. I've got to get that done before I can turn it on and do anything. It'd be cool to turn it on, see if it works, and then once I know that, get everything out, clean it up, and then start the job of trying to get the panels welded up, which a guy's come forward, he said he'd do for me. Even my dad probably could do it. My dad used to be a welder. This is Boddington's, by the way. So there we are with Battle Shark. So with this film today, I just wanted to say thank you to two people that have helped me along the road to my collection, and they're both authors of two books. One is Florent Gorges, who wrote this book, which is The History of Nintendo. This is my Bible book. This has been used so much. This has gone everywhere with me. This is such an awesome book. If you're into Nintendo, okay, this basically charts the whole of Nintendo's history, right back from when they started making cards. Shows pictures of their early factory. Don't know if you can see here, because Nintendo made pretty much everything. Some nice early pictures of their cards they made, and there's an early sign of the company here, Nintendo playing cards. Can you see that? And it charts the whole history right up to the arcade stuff, which is probably what I'm more interested in. But Florent has a lot of connections in Nintendo, because you wouldn't be able to put this book together without the connections he's got. And there's some fabulous pictures in here, all the toys, prams I used to make, Lego, all sorts of stuff. And then if we get onto the arcade stuff, which is really interesting, because see, my pages are falling apart. This is because it's been used so much. It's such a good book. Excuse me. If you think Nintendo now are struggling with the Wii U, back in the early 70s they were really in a dark place. There was an oil crisis, and to manufacture plastics and stuff like that was just going through the roof. So it really hit companies like Nintendo, who made toys which are all made out of plastic. So they owe billions apparently, or millions of yen. And it wasn't till the arcade scene came along they started to manage to get out of that black hole. But it's got lovely pictures of Sheriff in there, my arcade machine that I own, right up to Donkey Kong. I don't know if I can show you. I have to show you each and individual page because it's all come apart. But there's Donkey Kong. But it's such a good book. I'm going to be getting another book of this because, you know, I can't be dealing with that. Loose pages everywhere. But yeah, it's a fantastic book. It really is. So thank you very much, Florent, for producing this book, because I've been collecting Nintendo games for a long time, but this has kind of been my reference for the last 5 years since this book's been out. The other guy I want to do a massive thank you to is Eric Voskuil. Forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong. This guy's awesome. He's got a blog called Before Mario, and he's just come up with this book just a few months ago, actually, just before Christmas this came out. This is the limited edition that I managed to get off him, and this is a fabulous book. This is mainly of his own collection. He's got an amazing collection, guys. It really has, and there's some awesome pictures of his collection here going on, and there's a nice little write-up about him and how he came to it all, and he met this guy locally who's also a collector, and they're both competing against each other for the best collection. It's really cool. Reminds me of me actually and Victor competing for the best arcade. But there's, I mean, look at the pictures here. I mean, they're just fantastic pictures. I don't know if you can see that. This goes back. You can see the Lego they used to make. All sorts of board games. Disney games they used to make, board games. And then it goes up to the Pong clones, and it does a little bit of the Game & Watch series, and which I absolutely love the Game & Watch, but I've been totally priced out of collecting them. It's funny, I had 46 complete Game & Watches mint in a box about 10 years ago. I managed to get it, and I guess this was when about eBay was starting out, so I managed to get in there really early, and I sold my collection about 6 years ago, and I got about £4,500 for the lot, and it bought me a new van, and it bought me my first arcade machine, which was Donkey Kong Jr. That was my first arcade machine, and because the last, whatever, there's 60, isn't there, 60 Game & Watches, the last 15 or whatever was so expensive, you know, some of them were like £1,000, I just couldn't warrant that, and I wanted something I could play all the time, so and I just wanted arcades because that's just something else I was into at the time. So I sold them all and I bought my first Donkey Kong machine with the money. So they paid off, but I think if I'd held on to them now, I would have probably got double that again. But so yeah, I mean, check out Eric's book and check out his blog. He's got a fantastic blog. I think he's got a Facebook page as well. So just want to say thank you to those guys and for inspiring me, and also for the reference in these machines. And I've been in contact with them a lot, and they've been helping me out with information about certain machines I've got, like the Sheriff and stuff. So really good, big thumbs up to those guys. So I might as well, while I'm here thanking a couple of people, I just want to thank also John Jacobson from the Arcade Outsiders, because he does a fantastic job of getting arcades into people's homes. He does some fantastic YouTube videos. Check him out. It's John's Arcade. Does a fantastic YouTube channel. He's a total inspiration for me. I really love that guy. Tighe Lory as well. He's a great guy. He's got a fantastic YouTube channel. Thumbs up, guys. You do a fantastic job. You really do. I mean, you really get in there as well, more than I do. You get right in there. You're not afraid of getting a soldering iron out, tinkering around with the machines and getting them fixed, and helping us out as well, showing us how to fix machines, which is a credit, you know. It's no good just having these machines and keeping all the information it's secret. Get it out there, help each other out. That's what it's about. And John's really into his Nintendo arcade machine, so I can really connect with him. He's done a lot for Nintendo Versus system. He's put a lot of information up there about the different PPUs and how to swap stuff around with the different games. So yeah, check out John Jacobson on the John's Arcade YouTube channel, and Tighe Lory. Also, I want to thank Victor and Sean for the 10pence Arcade podcast, which I was a part of. I left just because I was just so busy with other hobbies that I've got on. I do karate as well as collecting, and I'm really going for it this year. So yeah, I just needed the time. I couldn't be doing podcasts on a Sunday night. It takes a lot, but even more to edit it and all of that. But it takes a lot to do that. So, but check them out. It's a good UK podcast if you want information about events and games that you should play before you die, or games that you've played before you die that you regret playing. So yeah, it's a great podcast. So there you go, and that's it really. And I just wanted to show you some pickups that I got this week. Some Famicom games. The box art on these is just absolutely incredible, almost arcade perfect. This is elevator action. Look at that. I mean, it's not everybody's taste, elevator action. I absolutely love that, and I love the artwork on it. It's a fantastic game. And this, I'm so happy to get this game. This is a game I played back in the day in my local arcade, and I played it on a jaccabson, but in America they've got a dedicated machine, and I would love it. It's such a cool game. This is, what, the Famicom version is called Buggy Popper. You see that? Look at the cool artwork on there. That's really cool. And the American version, because I don't think we've got it over here, I'll have to double check. Bump and Jump. That was the arcade version. Okay, that was really cool. Both completely different artwork, but the same game. Really recommend this game. I love this game. Basically, you're just driving along. It's a top-down view. In the arcade, you didn't have a steering wheel. You just had a joystick and one button, I think it was. And basically, you've got to bump the cars into the side of the road and jump with your jump button over obstacles. And basically just get to the end of the track. It's a straight track. It's not curved or round or a figure of 8. It's just straight. But you've got loads of obstacles on the way. And it's just a fantastic, fun game to play. I really like that game. So that was one pickup. Another game that I know Joe's been on about on the Arcade Outsiders. He loves this game. This is called My Connection, but I think the arcade version is called City Connection. I like it. I like the artwork and stuff, but the game, I'm not sure about it yet. I'll have to check it out again. It's a bit fiddly. It's kind of a platform game where you've got a car and you've got to kind of light up the road beneath you, and you've got to light the whole road up to get off the level. I just find the controls a little bit difficult. And that's it, guys. That's my pickups this week. I was going to show you some Famicom games, but I'll do that in another video. We'll do the whole Famicom thing. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, so I'll get that out tomorrow night as well. So that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching.